Find a comfortable place, a chair, a bed, a spot on the floor with a pillow, wherever your body feels safe and held. Let your eyes close. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Now, one more time, longer this time. As you breathe out, let your shoulders drop. Let your hands soften. Let everything you were just thinking about, all of it, let it go. And just rest for a little while. I want to ask you something before we begin. Do you remember a teacher, a real one, or maybe one that you found in a story, who made you feel like your ideas mattered? Someone who looked at you, really looked at you, and seemed to know that something magical was happening inside? Hold that person gently in your mind. We're going to visit them. I want you to imagine a classroom. It doesn't have to look like any classroom you've been in. It can be bigger, older, more wonderful. Maybe the windows are tall and the light comes through them in slanted golden bars. Maybe there are books. More books than you could ever count, stacked on every shelf, leaning into each other like old friends. Maybe there are earrings hanging from a hook by the door, little dangly keys, tiny silver books, things that catch the light and wink. At the end of the room, or maybe just arriving from somewhere unexpected, is a teacher. She has kind eyes that seem to see right past the armor of your ordinary day, past whatever face you put on this morning, past your persona, and they find the real you underneath. She looks at you and says, without words, "You have something worth saying, and I cannot wait to hear it." Think for a moment about what it felt like to be in a room where someone believed in you like that. Where the right answer wasn't the only answer. Where a wrong turn could become an adventure. Where your most impossible idea, the one you almost didn't say out loud, was exactly the one that mattered. The teacher smiles. She taps her glasses. "Fiddlesticks," she says. And you feel the whole room shift. "Today," she whispers, "we are going on an adventure." She pulls aside a faded tapestry, and there it is. An enormous old book. Its cover the deep green of a forest at dusk. You don't know how it got here, or how long it's been waiting, but somehow you feel like it's been waiting there just for you. "Open it," she says. When you do, everything shimmers. The desk is gone, the walls are gone, the ordinary day is gone. You are standing in a library unlike any library you've ever seen before. The shelves spiral upward and outward under tree roots and archways of stone. The book spines glow softly, not with electricity, but with something colder and warmer. Stories waiting to be told, ideas waiting to be thought. Somewhere nearby, a cauldron bubbles with something silver and smoky, and a figure in a wonderful purple hat turns and grins at you. "A dreamer," she says, with direction. Excellent. She ladles something into a small cup and holds it out. You know, you only need 3 things to write and create magic, she says. Or to do anything that matters, really. A question you are dying to answer. The courage to make a mess. And the kindness to tell the truth. Even the hard parts. A book lifts itself from the shelf and floats into your hands. It falls open to a blank page. The teacher is beside you. Her voice is calm. Ask your question, she says, the one you've been carrying. What is it? The thing you have wondered about yourself, but maybe never said out loud. Maybe it is, why do I sometimes feel invisible, even when I'm trying so hard to be seen? Maybe it is something else entirely. Whatever it is, write it in your mind on the blank page. Watch the words appear. Every adventure has the parts that feel hard. The dark corridors, the locked doors, the squat green troll in the basement who peers at you over his glasses and says, "There's always a way out, but first you have to name what you're afraid of." So let's do that. Gently. Quietly. You're safe here. What is the fear you carry? Maybe it sounds like my ideas aren't good enough. Maybe it is nobody will care about what I have to say. Maybe it is something softer. I don't fit. I'm too quiet. I'm too much, or I'm not enough. Name it, just once, inside yourself. That troll is nodding. See him? That's the basic magic, he says. You admit a fear, bring it down. He doesn't say it goes away. He said it got smaller. Small enough to step past. And now this swirl of light, and we're somewhere else. The gym now, the bleachers, and there, lounging with its scales catching the light like 1,000 green lamps, is a dragon. It yawns. People think being a dragon is all flames and treasure, it says. Mostly though, it's just waiting. Waiting until someone brave enough comes along and asks for help. You hold out your book. Can you help me? The dragon's eyes sparkle. Writing, it says, is simply breathing fire into what you leave, even if it's only for you. Breathe in. And as you breathe out something you believe. Not something you're certain of, not something you can prove, something you believe. The page in your book glows. That's it, says the dragon. Now, write your way home. Find our way back to the enchanted library. The witch is there, the teacher is there, and in our book, the one that opened to a blank page, words are glowing. Your words. Here is what I want you to understand. This place, the enchanted library, the cauldron, the dragon, the troll, the magical classroom, it's always been inside you. Not outside, waiting to be found. Inside, waiting to be remembered. The imagination that conjures dragons, the courage that names the fear and steps past it, the voice that has something worth saying, even when, perhaps especially when, it's quiet. Think of the quietest person you know, or perhaps the quietest version of yourself. The one in the back row, hand ink-stained, notebook full of half-written secrets. The one who watches everyone else run toward the flag. The one who noticed something shimmering behind the slide that no one else saw. The quiet ones are not invisible. They are paying the most exquisite attention. And their words, your words, are a lamp in the dark. Not just for you, for everyone who reads them, hears them, finds them scrawled on a notebook page years later and feels suddenly less alone. Before we leave, I want to take you somewhere bright. Imagine a big open room, and in the center, spread across the floor like a sleeping rainbow, is a giant parachute. Red, blue, green, yellow, purple. Its colors more vivid than birthday balloons. Now, take hold of the edge, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, arriba! It lifts. The whole canopy billows upward, and for a moment you are inside a dome of moving color, light filtering in shifting shades, blue, then gold, then soft green, painting everyone underneath it in the same beautiful glow. You in that same beautiful glow. This is what it feels like when something is made together. When your voice joins others and becomes something neither of you could have made alone. When you hold your edge and someone across from it holds theirs. And between you, between all of you, something lifts. Your words do this. Your art does this. Your stories do this. Your particular, irreplaceable voice, the one in the back row with the ink-stained hand, holds an edge of something larger than you can possibly know. Breathe. As you begin to return, softly, without rushing, feel the weight of yourself again. The surface beneath you, the air in the room. Take a slow breath in, and now let it go. Carry one thing back from this place. A sentence, not a whole story, not a finished thing, just one sentence. Your sentence that begins with something you believe, however small, however uncertain, about yourself. It might sound like, I notice the things that other people miss. Or, my words are worth writing down. Or perhaps, I have a question I'm dying to answer. Write it somewhere. Today. Even on the back of your hand. Because here's what the teacher knows. what she has always known, what she pressed into a folded card for every student who walked out that last day of school. The magic is inside of you. The magic has always been inside of you. You do not need a magic classroom to access it. You do not need permission. You do not need to be the loudest, the fastest, most obvious star on the playground. You just need to keep your eyes open. Notice what shimmers. Write it down. When you are ready, in your own time, let your eyes open. And if you have a notebook nearby, open it. You opened it. Begin writing your word. Thank you for joining me on this adventure today. And if you were able to hear Heimdall in the background, he thanks you as well. Have a blessed day. Live authentically. Create magic.